Today's Elko Live is an Encore program featuring our guest from the UNR Extension Service, Elko County 4-H programs. There's still time to enroll in fun summer activities and complete awesome projects in time for the Elko County Fair or just for fun. We hope you enjoy today's program. Thank you, listeners, for joining us for Elko Live today. We're featuring a very special program as here we are in summer season. And if you are a parent or a caregiver or even a teenager looking for something cool to do, you're going to want to know more about today's program, 4-H Youth Development. We have a special guest in studio, including Brittany Marich, who's a local 4-H professional, and she's brought with her our very own 4-H ambassador and AmeriCorps volunteer, Emily Harris of Spring Creek, and these two are going to tell us all about a fun summer season underway. Thank you for coming in, ladies. It's great to see you.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to talk about this.
Yeah, we are so excited to host you. And Brittany, I know that you've started with the Extension Service not too long ago, right? If you want to tell us about your enthusiasm for this position and maybe a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I started in January. So I've been there 6-7 months now. And I've just learned a lot. I was never in 4-H as a youth. And I worked for Nye County in Tonopah, Nye County Health and Human Services. So I did kind of partner with the extension in Nye County. So I knew a little bit about it, and I was in social services. So this kind of thing is really my passion. And then when I moved to Spring Creek in March of 23, I actually worked at Nevada Youth Training Center. So I was working with youth there. And I love working with youth. I love working with people and trying to help people. So this has just been amazing.
Oh, well, that's wonderful, Brittany. And obviously, from your experience, you can see the value and the benefit to both the participant and the community from these 4-H programs. So
absolutely.
Fantastic. And then maybe, Emily, if you could tell us more about your experience. So you've been, I'm assuming you've graduated maybe high school or soon to be, and you've been an ambassador for 4-H for 4 years.
Yeah, so I just started 4-H when I was 9. And so I kind of just kept going, and then when I was of age, I became a 4-H ambassador and just have been a 4-H ambassador since. And next year will be my last year since I'm graduating next year.
Oh, well, we are so pleased that you're here to tell us more about this experience and how it's really improved your life and maybe fueled some of your own personal passions, Emily, because that's what we really want to encourage, this kind of participation. And we'll talk more about AmeriCorps too, because we also know that people can apply for those programs locally, and that could take them on an adventure practically anywhere. So cool. So let's start off our conversation with you, Brittany, and find out about the Health Rocks, these day camps that are underway or soon to be, right?
Yes. Yeah. So our first one starts next week. It'll run from July 8th to 11th. We're going to be holding it at the Great Basin College. And it's going to be super fun. So Health Rocks is a healthy living program through 4-H that basically teaches youth about substance abuse issues and how to prevent those, but really healthy living as a whole. So healthy relationships, self-esteem, things like that, just things that will give them skills to take into the future for making decisions and healthy choices in that. So with that, we're going to have a lot of fun activities every day. It's from 8 a.m. to noon. So they're just the day camps. It's totally free of charge for ages 8 to 13. You do not have to be a 4-H member. So really, this is for anyone aged 8 to 13 in the community. And like I said, we're just going to be having fun and teaching them those healthy habits and healthy skills, and it should be a good time.
Well, it sounds wonderful. It's not too late to get signed up, though. I know the deadline's right around the corner. So,
yes, yeah, the deadline is July 5th, and that's really just so we can have a head count for supplies and that kind of thing. But yeah, we're just really trying to encourage as many youth as possible to come have fun with us.
And what's the best way to get signed up?
So to call the extension office, and that's 775-738-7291. Or you could email me, and really, if you just look up the extension office, my email will be there.
Yeah, super easy to find. You have a very friendly website, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so great. So those Health Rocks day camps again for all youth ages 8 through 13 and in Elko. And you're also going to have that in Carlin, I understand.
Yes. So July 23rd through the 25th, we're going to be in Carlin at the Gathering Place. And same ages, same, free of charge. So the deadline to sign up on that one is July 22nd.
All right. And that's a really nice outreach for the Carlin community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So same thing. You can call or email to get signed up for both Elko and Carlin 4-H Youth Development Health Rocks Day Camps. And that should improve, again, just sort of the aspect of, healthy living, as you said, overall, from your relationships to the kind of food you eat, exercise, just self-care in general.
Yep.
Very cool. A lot of adults could use that these days.
Yes.
So that's a great foundation. And then do you want to tell us about some of the day camps for, we should probably define what clover buds are. That sounds adorable.
Yes. So Clover Buds are our 4-H members who are ages 5 to 8. That's our beginner program in 4-H where it's completely non-competitive, fun-based, activity-based, and really we're just getting them used to the 4-H world. We're getting them used to the club meetings and learning about, what we do in there. So the goal for our Clover Buds is just for them to have fun. So we are planning a 4-H Clover Bud Day Camp. That'll be July 31st at the Extension office. Our ambassadors are actually the ones who are putting that on. And so that'll be a really fun time. Those ones, or this one, you do have to be a 4-H Clover Bud. But it's really simple to enroll in 4-H. And if you have an interest, just get a hold of me and we'll get you enrolled.
And the Extension office is here in Elko on Walnut Street?
Yes.
Just up from the Great Basin College campus. It's within walking. So now, Emily, maybe I'll turn to you to tell us what kinds of things the Clover Buds will be doing since you're going to help facilitate.
So we're doing a Hawaiian tropical theme. So we will have some water activities and just a bunch of, connectors. And we'll talk about a few of our 4-H programs that we offer. And then we are trying to figure out how to roast a stuffed pig as a fun way to get the kids involved.
Sounds like it'll involve maybe a fan and some crepe paper. Yeah. So talking about these programs and how it helped you, did you do things with them in the summer, would you say, Emily? Or because not all 4-H programs are about the livestock and the animals, because not everybody obviously can have livestock, right?
Right. So for the summer, there's really not a lot for Clover Buds. We do a Clover Bud show, and we held that back in June, and where they could come and show their animals or their Legos or their projects that they put together. So we thought it would be fun this year to have a camp for them, so that we can explain to them other projects so that it's not just about that livestock.
Oh, that's really fun. And I think that's on the list. We're going to talk about some of that, the fun stuff that was happening June 22nd at the fairgrounds, right? That was a pretty big show. And then there's going to be, Emily and Brittany, Sparks, 4-H Sparks Day Camps. Now, that's not about the community of Sparks. That's what the group is called. They're called Sparks.
Yes. So Sparks in 4-H is basically what we call personal passions. So one of our missions is to help youth find their spark. And how are you going to do that without trying things? So we had the idea to put on a 4-H Sparks Day Camp where we're going to have all kinds of unique projects, projects that really aren't typically focused on. So, livestock, that kind of thing, that's kind of typically focused on. But really, we're wanting to expand the passions and the sparks that we offer. And so one of the examples is we have old office equipment that maybe we could take apart and, kind of smash, for lack of a better word, just have some fun and see how things work inside, and then really just have some fun smashing it up and possibly making an art project out of it. So really just sparking that interest and just all kinds of different projects that aren't typically done.
Yeah, that definitely sounds kind of out of the box, but a neat way to do some exploration. And then Emily, would you say that you have had some sparks fly as a result of being in 4-H? Has that fueled any specific passion or interest for you?
Yeah, so when I first started 4-H, we really weren't into the animals, but we did decide that we would start with rabbits because we like the smaller animals, not the larger animals.
They're so soft.
Yes. And so then we started looking into projects and we weren't sure what we'd actually do. And then there were photography and gardening and fashion review. And so it kind of sparked that interest because there's more projects out there than those animals.
And you learn a lot from things like sewing, right, Emily?
Yeah.
I mean, because you learn how things are put together.
Yep.
It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brittany's nodding because there aren't a lot of us who can actually sit down and focus and concentrate on something like that these days. So what a helpful thing.
Right. Yeah. What I love about 4-H and what I'm seeing a lot is it's kind of like when you give a mouse a cookie. So a member comes to a rabbit workshop and they have the poultry workshop right after. So maybe they're seeing, the poultry side of it. And then a member comes to art club and they see photography on the wall and they're like, ooh, maybe I want to try that. So it's really it opens up so many possibilities.
We're talking with our guest today from our 4-H youth development programs from our local extension office here in Elko. Brittany Marich is our local 4-H professional alongside Emily Harris, who's a 4-H ambassador from Spring Creek, and she's an AmeriCorps volunteer. We're talking about clubs and day camps to get things started. And in fact, you do have an art club meeting that's coming up this month that you wanted to make sure folks know about.
Yes, Friday, July 19th. That'll start at 3 p.m. And that's another one we'd like to invite the community because we had a great turnout last month. And it's just something fun for the community to come do and see if they're interested.
We have some fantastic artists and there are lots of different mediums to explore.
Yes. Yeah.
So that'll be on Friday, July 19th. The extension office is right here in Elko on Walnut Street. You have, I don't know about the indoor spaces, but you do have some cool outdoor spaces too, I noticed.
Yeah, so we have actually a couple of our day camps are going to be held there at the extension courtyard. We have a beautiful courtyard behind the office with lawn. And actually in that is our garden bed that our pollinator club has planted flowers in, and it's really blooming right now. It's really beautiful.
Oh, it sounds like a fantastic place to visit if you're fans of ladybugs and butterflies.
Yes.
And, oh, that sounds dreamy. And again, just walking distance from our very own Great Basin College.
Yep.
Oh, how nice, Brittany. Thank you for reminding us of that great resource. And then we get into also later in this month, a shooting sports contest. 4-H locally is known for producing some national winners in shooting sports competition. It's very near and dear, and it promotes safety as well as responsibility.
Absolutely. Yeah, they definitely promote safety. That's one of the big things. And actually, shooting sports is one of our biggest programs in 4-H. But yeah, on July 27th and 28th, we have our field day shooting sports contest. And like I said, that's a 2-day event that really a lot of the kids come out and shoot. And if they qualify at that event, then they can go to state and then really on to nationals. On to nationals after that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And then right after that, on August 1st, we'll hold our shooting sports awards night. And that'll be at the Elko County Fairgrounds at the exhibit hall. And just while we're on shooting sports, I'd like to mention that tomorrow at the Freedom Festival in Spring Creek, we're going to have a fundraiser there for shooting sports. There's going to be a couple shooting sports instructors that are putting on a fundraiser. So visit that if you can.
Yeah, this has a lot of volunteer and adult participation in this program because it is so important. This kind of safety and respect for firearms and competition. It's really, rooted, it's grounded in a lot of our important Elko County traditions. So cool. That'll be at the Freedom Festival. You'll be able to meet some 4-H volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah. Find out how you can give back to this great program too. And then tell us about the Livestock Clinic and Showdown coming in August to the fairgrounds.
So that'll be on August 10th, and that's just a fun event where you can come if you have livestock. So sheep, goat, swine, rabbit, poultry. I feel like I'm missing one.
Did you say, you said sheep, goats, and
swine.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
I thought I heard wine.
Oh.
I was like, I don't think 4-H does that. It has to be swine.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
I'm glad I made you laugh.
thank you.
Yes, yeah.
There'll be some presenters there, and they'll actually do a clinic before the showmanship portion of it. So they'll be able to show fitting and showmanship as a clinic, teaching you about it. And then in that same day, you'll do showmanship and compete.
I remember one of the great things about 4-H is that there was this wonderful collaboration in families and friends and even entire neighborhoods, because the way 4-H has worked in the past, a section of the county might be dedicated, which means that you have some resources. Say if you don't know how to construct a pen, or you're not quite sure, there's a feeding question you have, right? You get a lot of support.
Absolutely. Yeah. The support is huge. And like you were talking about the volunteers in 4-H, the adult volunteers, we couldn't do it without them. And so we try to tell them all the time, you guys are the heart of 4-H. Really, our volunteers are everything.
Elko County 4-H is such a strong tradition here in Elko
Yes.
County. So we love, Brittany, that you're continuing this tradition and, again, encouraging people to participate in this. So the Livestock Clinic and Showdown, August 10th at the fairgrounds. Something you want to get ready for in advance, would you say, by reaching out to you?
I've actually started reaching out to presenters, people with animals, with those animals that I had mentioned. And I'm going to continue, but really, if anyone has those types of animals that would be willing to come, talk about them, help do a clinic, that would be wonderful. They can reach out to me.
Perfect. And then within the same week, you've got, on the flip side, the fashion review, skit, and talent contest. And again, this is really diverse. We see a lot of different talents coming out for this.
Yes. And if you're not doing anything that night, come watch the skit and talent show. It'll be fun.
That is going to be on August 13th, Great Basin College Theater. So it's a nice, cozy place. And again, you might see someone singing a song. You might see, any kind of a talent, obviously, and the skits that they create. Sometimes there's a theme that they aspire to. And I was wondering, Emily, did you participate, or do you know much about the fashion review? I know that's one of my favorite contest, I guess.
So I've been participating in Fashion Review for 8 years now. And I am not really a sewer of outfits. I cannot sew an outfit. So we have what's called a purchase category. So you can either purchase an outfit $20 and under, or under $50. So between $20 and $50. And then you just model it in front of a few judges. And they judge on how you model the outfit, how it looks on you. And then that night at our skit and talent show, we will actually model it in front of the whole community.
And I can see how that would give you a lot of confidence, right?
Yep.
Yeah, confidence plus good skills in budgeting.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go out and purchase whatever, and a lot of people can really benefit. I think some people actually extend that skill and they go thrifting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is super popular. Great way to sustain the environment and just to kind of give back, because I know our local thrift stores support local organizations too. So what a great idea. So fashion review, skit, and talent contest. Again, this is for area youth starting age 8, or can they be younger?
For the talent show?
Uh-huh.
So this is actually for 4-H members.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, so starting at age 9.
9.
Yes.
That's the actual age of 4-H. And then anybody else is a clover bud.
Yes.
And that's usually because they want to tag along with brothers and sisters, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a great way. This is such a family-friendly event. And even if you're an only, this is a great way to get some family and some friends and feel like you have a whole bunch of cousins, because I've seen generations of 4-H youngsters growing up together here in Elko County.
Absolutely.
Such a fun tradition. So in talking with Brittany Marich and Emily Harris, we wanted to kind of recap the recent livestock judging and skill-a-thon, which was held at the fairgrounds. Again, a lot of community support for this.
Absolutely. And actually, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank a lot of people. We had the Kiwanis Club of Elko sponsor the event, and they provided lunch. They didn't just provide lunch, they came and cooked lunch for all of the families and the participants. They were just fantastic. They also sponsor the buckle, so that was exciting. Anyone who came and brought animals, all of the volunteers who came and helped with the event, our 4-H ambassadors, IFA, who actually allowed us to use some of their equipment for the skillathon portion of it. The USU judging team, and his name is Brett Bowman, is the leader of that. They came from Utah and came and judged for us. And yeah, it was incredible. We didn't have a huge turnout of kids. There was about 10, but really I think that they learned a lot in livestock judging. And it was cool for me to see because that was kind of the first time I had seen that. But really, it was just incredible. I could not believe the support that came from volunteers and just people in the community. So we just really wanted to thank them.
Well, thank you, and for reminding us of how great an opportunity this is to really come together as a community. It's a bit of a rebuilding right now for 4-H. And with you at the helm, Brittany, I think your kindness and your professionalism has really done a lot to bring folks together. It's just fair to note that I think during COVID, 4-H, suffered some setbacks, and that wasn't because of the people involved who love it and are dedicated to it. It was a global pandemic. It
was unfortunate, and you're right. It really is still being rebuilt, but we're trying everything we can to make that possible.
Well, absolutely. And I think the more awareness we can create and the more involvement and invitation to people, and again, creating more understanding where there might have been misunderstanding in the past, because 4-H is such an important tradition in Elko County, and it benefits youngsters and families.
Yes.
And supporters. So any differences could easily be set aside when you consider the enormous benefit and impact that it has on the community. So again, many thanks. And I noticed that that Cal Ranch has been a sustaining supporter of 4-H in the community, right?
Yes. Yeah. We had the manager actually reach out to us and tell us that they're having 4-H grilling days. And so they'll be outside grilling at their store, and 4-H members or leaders or volunteers, they can come and basically stand outside with them and talk about 4-H and fundraise. And they've been just phenomenal. It has been so nice. And they've made it super easy. So we just really wanted to thank them for that. They also just donated a bunch of seeds to us. So that's something that we'll be able to use for the Pollinator Club and for multiple different things. So really wanted to say thank you to them.
Oh, thank you, Cal Ranch. Love shopping there. You don't have to just be a country guy or gal. They have so many fun things, great outfits. Rodeo's coming up. So Cal Ranch is definitely doing their part in contributing, giving to the 4-H without even being asked to do so. How cool is
Absolutely.
that? Yeah, so that's very generous. I think that family is a family-owned business. They have more than one store, but I believe that outreach is pretty typical for them. So that's great. Thanks, Cal Ranch, for that. And then did you want to talk about the Teen Focus 4-H group? That, again, might be something that Emily's contributing to.
Absolutely. So we were invited to a meeting. It's basically just a teen focus group. And it's several adults who really just see the need for more things to do for teenagers. Because there is quite a bit to do for little kids and that kind of thing. And teenagers there's really not that much to do. So we attended this meeting and it was wonderful. Just different organizations, different volunteers. They came up with this idea to start this teen focus group and get more things to do for teens. So absolutely cannot take credit for the idea behind it. But when we met, we figured, well, maybe we could make a 4-H club out of this so that really we can fundraise, we can have kind of the backing of that. And so that's something that's kind of been planted, a seed that's been planted, and we really hope to grow. So we wanted to tell all the teenagers in Elko County that our next meeting is July 11th and that you are invited. Please come tell us your ideas. We want to know the kind of things that you want to see, and we want your help with it, because another thing about 4-H is it's very youth-led. And so we would love the teens to come be a part of this and really give us your ideas, and then we can support you to make those ideas grow into different things like events, like concerts, and, safe things for teens to do.
Sounds fantastic. Again, that meeting is July 11th at the PACE Coalition office there on Idaho Street. You can simply Google PACE and get right there. It starts at 11 a.m. And I'm wondering, Emily, since you and especially live in Spring Creek, you probably have an idea of what the teens might be thinking, right? I mean, sometimes, if you don't have, say, transportation, or if you don't have money for extracurriculars, or maybe you just have a different passion or interest, right? This is a group that you could find some support in.
Yep. And going to some of their meetings, I really feel like they're trying to get out there so that the teens have a back to go off of, and they really are diving deeper into those teens and helping them.
Yeah, we find teens that are successful in dance or sports and athletics. Some of them, there's any number of activities, through their high school, but not everybody can participate. I mean, if you're an artist, for example, and I don't know if the art clubs are real strong right now, but that sounds like an opportunity through 4-H.
Yeah.
Yeah, or photography, or as you mentioned, there's shooting sports, right?
Yeah, really, the sky's the limit. There's just no limit to any project that you can do in 4-H.
So again, that teen meeting is for you if you're a caregiver or an adult, somebody who wants to volunteer and support the cause. And I know that the people working behind this are very sincere and they're very dedicated. They care a great deal about the community and they want to listen to the teens. So it's not just businesses or adults trying to provide or figure out what would work. But this is a teen focus 4-H group and it'll be led by local volunteers.
Absolutely. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you, Brittany. So of all the things we have been talking about today, and can you believe a whole half hour's almost gone by, but we want to make sure that people realize that they can still get ready. Fair time is a popular time. There are a lot of categories and entries to enter into the fair, from home arts and the photography to the small animals to the livestock, and then horse workshops. 4-H is going to be there for all of that, supporting their members.
Yes. Okay. Yep. And so right now we have goat, poultry, rabbit, horse workshops, and really those are kind of monthly and or biweekly. And then we actually recently just had a tennis special interest club as well, and that was really successful. We had Rick Whittington put on a week clinic, and it was awesome. And we'd really like to see that continue to grow. So if anyone has any interest in that, please contact me. We had a photography contest. I think that was last week. And so we wanted to really say congratulations to all of those winners as well. Something I didn't mention was congratulations to all the winners from the livestock judging and skillathon as well. So really, there's just always something to do in 4-H. There's so many different things. And again, we really thank the volunteers for being able to provide us these things. I also wanted to say that we are always looking for volunteers. We keep having kids call to sign up, which is fantastic. But a lot of our clubs are getting pretty full. So we would love some volunteers to maybe start a couple clubs, just putting it out there.
Might be robotics or computers or sewing or, Emily's nodding, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure you get a chance too, Emily. You'll be handing off the baton in a year or so, as you said, as you're headed for graduation, and what it's been like to be an ambassador. And would you encourage other teenagers to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the best experience that anyone could ask for. It helps with leadership, being able to speak in front of a whole bunch of people, and helping the community.
Do you have any goals or aspirations? Have you thought about what you do after high school graduation?
I'm going to go for my bachelor's degree in nursing. And then continue to be a 4-H volunteer.
Oh, you are. Oh, that just made Brittany have a big smile too. And that's wonderful, Brittany. And again, this program has been meaningful to you. And I don't know if it led you to AmeriCorps or if you wanted to give a little plug for AmeriCorps too.
Thanks to Brittany and someone else in our office, Jill, they were thinking about me for this position through AmeriCorps. And so I applied. I really thought it was just, a long shot. And now have the job and just think it's the best experience that I could ever get.
It's going to help you so much in your nursing. I can tell you're already very compassionate and a very intelligent and thoughtful young woman, and this will just open up even more doors for you. We're so fortunate. So that's fantastic, Emily. Yeah. Wow, I love meeting young people that find their way, because it's a struggle sometimes. Yeah, and they need everybody needs support. Everybody does. So 4-H sounds like a fantastic program to do that. If you give to it, it sounds like you get back in return too.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So we want to encourage businesses, adult leaders, volunteers, participants. Summer's still early, and even if it's midway through, by the time you're hearing this program, there's still time to get involved. And we encourage you to do that too. It's very low cost, if not no cost, right?
It's so to be a volunteer is no cost. But yeah, even member, the dues are very low. It's $10 a year for a member, and then it's $5 a year for a Clover Bud. So very cost effective. And even if you may not be able to do that, we can work with you. So
absolutely, we can always get you a sponsor, someone to help pitch in, to help buy some materials, whether it's for art club or photography, or you want to go shopping for your own outfit so you can stage that and show it off. Who knows what it could lead to? So many different opportunities. And we love 4-H in our community. Again, what a great tradition, family friendly, and it's only as strong as we make it. So time to step up,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So once again, I'm going to give Brittany Marich, our local 4-H professional, a chance to remind people the best way to either reach out, drop in, get in touch, find out more about our local 4-H.
Yes. So as I said, we're at the UNR Extension office. It's at 701 Walnut Street here in Elko. Our phone number is 775-738-7291. Or you could email us. You could email me directly at bmarich@unr.edu. And really, like I said, we're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for new members. We just want the youth in Elko County to be as strong as they can be and to have a chance to have some fun. So
thank you, Brittany, so much. Emily, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you do for 4-H, and hope you have a fantastic summer.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and have you come back and talk more about either 4-H as you're a future leader and you're pursuing your nursing career. That's exciting.
Yes.
All right.
thank you so much, Lori, for having us.
We love talking to you. Thank you so much. And thank you, listeners, for joining us for today's program featuring Elko County 4-H here on Elko Live Today. Thank you for listening to Elko Live Today. You can find this program and other Encore editions archived online at elkoradio.com, where you'll also find our radio stations are streaming worldwide.